Hello, everyone. Rare Model Reviews here, and it's been a while, hasn't it? Now, last time we left off, I mentioned that I was going through some financial issues, but I think I just might have finally solved those. So, to celebrate, I'm of course going to be doing an unboxing today. So, I'm actually going to do a second one that I'll put out probably Saturday just because I want to space these out a little bit. That one's going to have things I think you guys might be a little bit more excited for, but nonetheless, I'm going to start off with two things that I'm sure you guys probably could care less about. And then we'll leave it off with this final one, which you guys may or may not care about. It's a spoiler, an older kit, but it's one I wanted a while ago. And as I'm an old school American Gundam fan, maybe I'll give you guys a hint on what series it is pertaining to. But getting on into it, we have our first unboxing here, and that's going to be a U2's. And if you do not know who that scary looking guy here is, this is going to be the Legion from the hit video game Dead by Daylight. So I actually did a unboxing of one of these guys a while ago, and I'm not sure how you guys feel about it. You probably didn't care because I don't recall seeing any comments or anything about it, but this is an actual figure, more like statue, honestly, because this thing has no articulation. I'm sorry, but I can't call anything that can't be articulated a figure. But when I get around to looking at this guy, and I'm gonna do the second one here, which you guys can probably tell is another U2, just literally on the package. I'll be doing those together just because it's literally gonna be me looking around the box really and just talking about it. So that's gonna be pretty short. So I'm gonna throw that off to the side. And then we have our second one here. So in a video game Dead by Daylight, it pertains to one brutal killer attempting to kill four, dare I say, helpless survivors. And this is one of those survivors here. So one killer, one survivor. That's what I have in this box. Pretty much what I did the last one, actually. Actually, no, the other one, I had two killers, one survivor, but moving along. So this one's going to be Meg Thomas from, again, Dead by Daylight. So not much really to say about here. I'll leave my thoughts for this thing when I actually review that thing. So that is gone. Now we get to our final unboxing here. And this is actually P Bandai. Although, come to think about it, I'm trying to think, was this originally P Bandai? Yeah, it is. I can see the monochromatic box. Okay. So this thing I'll be looking at here is going to be, of course, the Ultron, more specifically from the Endless Waltz, and yes, it's a master grade. Oh, this thing actually came out in 2015, huh? I thought this was a long time ago. It's only 10 years ago. It's not that old. But moving on along. I may have mentioned this, actually, I could actually straight up show you guys, but I built these guys a while ago, so of course you do not know what you're looking at. This is going to be the Endless Waltz Sandrock Custom? I think this one's called a Custom. And then, of course, the Wing Zero. So I already have those guys built. Sooner rather than later, I'm going to end up, of course, reviewing them. I'm not going to lie, it's been so long since I reviewed anything. I can't remember what's the last thing I reviewed. But I know I haven't reviewed those, I can say that much. So I'm going to eventually end up building this guy. I honestly should probably build the Shenlong I got a while ago first, but I'm probably going to build the Ultron first just because I got this expansion pack, which makes the Ultron look more like the TV version, wherein it gets the tail cannons, and I think it gets the little wing binders too. So that's one thing I always hated about the Endless Waltz Gundams, the fact that all of them got rid of at least one cool weapon, whether it be the Zero couldn't transform, which they rectified with a Verkov in here, the updated Verkov, I should say. The Death Scythe didn't have its Buster Shield, which, again, the expansion set rectified with, actually, I believe the thing has two Buster Shields, which I think is pretty cool because it's supposed to be the upgrade. You can't call it the upgrade if all it is it has, whatchamacallit, the twin beam scythe instead of a beam scythe, which, speaking of which, I think the accessory pack has a second beam scythe you put onto it, but it's not quite the way the TV Death Scythe Hell has its scythe setup. But Oh yeah, then the heavy arms. The heavy arms just lost its army knife, but that's not the end of the world. So of course, nothing really to brag about on any sides of these boxes. There's no details or anything. It's just a monochromatic box art. That's really it. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel this on off, and then we'll look at the inserts here. So we of course have our water slide decals, beam effects. Got the yellow for the chest here. The green in the back, you can make that out for, well, the chest, I believe. Looks like it's for the feet and the arms too, the little dragon arm things. Actually, the feet, I can't tell. It's like, it's hard to tell whether it's like a black or a kind of like a dark green. This green's more of an olive, I'd say. This is like a blackish green color. But moving on, we have more pieces here for, of course, the twin dragons on the arms. Got a mustard yellow for, looks like the V-fin and some other bits, probably the dragons. We have some whites here. Looks like we have a figure here of Wu-Fing, seated and unseated. See the mouth there. Some more pieces for the face. This thing does have polycats, not too many, so I'm sure it'll be just fine. This came out 2015, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a P-Bandai version of the Shenlong. I'm pretty sure the Shenlong came out first, then it did the Ultron. I saw the Ultron came out before the Shenlong, but maybe I'm misled. Whatever the word I'm looking for is. Well, I also didn't notice here, but there's actually a clear piece on the bottom. This is gonna be for the camera, I'm sure. Always like that they made those clear because it allows people to paint it if they don't want to just use the stickers. So again, more green. This white piece here, I believe that's for the staff. Let me actually focus. I don't know what this is for. Because this thing doesn't have a shield. Which is another thing. The shield. This thing doesn't have a shield. Oh, that's what this is. This is for a stand. So there's going to be a second one here. Yep, which I'm looking at. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So this thing has a stand to let you hold up the whatchamacallit. The dragons. And speaking of which, this one's actually slightly different than the other one. I just noticed this because this one has I can match them up, right? There we go. Okay, yeah. This one has another pilot figure here, which I don't understand why. Might have been a bit of an oversight. And, oh, I see what it is. This one is from the movie. The other one's from the show. So this thing definitely uses some parts from the Shenlong, if that's the case. Yeah. Technically manga, right? Because wasn't the Verka Shenlong from the manga? What is it? Glory to lose. That aside, we have stickers here, mostly for the cameras, some black pieces, and I'm gonna assume probably for the dragon arms. And we have more grays. This looks like it's more so for the inner frame, which speaking of which, I don't really recall seeing too much inner frame for this thing. Oh, of course, because it's on the very bottom there. There we go. So again, more reds. And as I said, the remaining pieces of the inner frame. See the hands in there too. And that is going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of the fact that apparently my camera has a pause feature. So I'm going to pause it, put everything away, and then we'll look at that book there. All right. And it's like I never put anything away or whatever. Just kind of magically appeared like this. Cool, huh? So this is definitely going to make my editing process or like thereof much better for these unboxings. It really just will make the boxes go a lot smoother. But as per standard, box art looks amazing. Almost makes you wish that they didn't do the monochromatic thing, which Bandai is very inconsistent with. There's been plenty of P-Bandai kits that don't do it, but anywho, so not too many parts that are unused, just this one little, whatever the heck those are supposed to be, and that's, besides that, we have some couple pieces there, but I've seen a lot worse, to the point where there's like literally an entire page worth of runners where things aren't used, whereas this thing, there's probably maybe 10 things, if even, that aren't used. And it's probably just stuff for the shield and whatnot that this thing doesn't have. Because the Ultra honestly looks almost exactly like the Shenlong. It's just the arms for the most part, the dragon arms. And of course it has a twin beam trident. So of course you just have the standard telling you how to build the kits. Not quite everything is in English, so I believe that was like what, 2019 or something like that they started that. So we have the building process, and of course these wing kits are in that span of time where mobile suits got very small. So even though this is a master grade, it's gonna have a lot of tiny pieces here, and overall this thing is gonna feel like it's gonna be pretty fast to build. Like I'm just looking at this thing just 2 pages later and we're already done with the head and the arms. On the legs here, which basically is only 1 page worth, although you have to do it twice. But I can definitely say I like when I do my unboxings and I see how fast things are built, because it makes me feel more motivated to build it. Because I'm not gonna lie, when you see some of these things, it just looks like a project. It makes you want to put off on it, take your sweet time, almost like you're restoring an old school car. So definitely look forward to getting the motivation to go ahead and knock this thing on out the park. Although I'm not gonna lie, there is something crazy I have next unboxing, or Saturday. I was about to say the next week, I'm not gonna lie. So I might have to kind of get to that one before a lot of this other stuff. I can say I'm building a Zaku Warrior right now. So I gotta build that thing. I should have honestly built it already, but I took a detour and, spoiler alert, built this guy just because it was so quick. And yeah. So I gotta stay focused and finish that thing. So that thing's been sitting on my desk for over a month, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so of course it's just telling you where part of the water slide decals and all that. This thing looks so cool. You have the dragon arms on it. The dragon arms is really what completes the Ultron. It looks kind of bland without it, I am not gonna lie. But geez, just not really anything else to say here. So that's it for this unboxing. Pretty short and sweet. So I can definitely say that now that money is no longer an issue for me, I'm not saying I'm rich, I'm just saying I'm not poverty stricken here like I was before, barely paying my rent and whatnot. I am finally starting to realize the main issue with the quality of my videos isn't so much what I'm working with, it's the lighting. I really need to go ahead and look into some, like, I think it's 3-stage lighting was one of these tech guys I was talking to was saying. So I'm honestly gonna probably end up looking on Amazon, especially with it being a holiday season. There's gotta be something I could get at a decent price. So if I could find something to really step in my lighting game, I think that'll really help the quality of everything. And then I need to go find another editing program that I like. The old one I had wasn't much of a fan of. It was way harder to edit things than it should have been. And again, I just wasn't a fan of it. So that's really it. There's nothing really else to say here. So again, hopefully I get all this stuff nailed out. And now that I'm not working 2 jobs like I was before for the last 3 months, hence why I've been gone for 3 months. I had no time to do anything, bare that time to sleep. I can get back to doing some unboxings and most importantly reviews. So, you know, when you see the name Rare Body Reviews, it doesn't mean I rarely review any things. It means I like to review things that, well, are rare, or rather everybody else doesn't review. So hopefully one of the things I show next unboxing, I keep wanting to say next week, is something that you guys will be excited to see. Of course, I'm not the only person that reviews things, far from it, but I feel like I do it in a more detailed way. A lot of people, I feel like they kind of just fly through the review and don't really, you know, show the articulation of kits and stuff like that. Like, that's one of the things I personally like to see when I review things. I like to show, you know, it's articulating, you know, what bends, and not just, you know, it being posed. It doesn't quite tell the entire story, in my opinion. But that aside, again, I want to keep this under 15 minutes. I prefer to keep all my videos under 15 minutes if possible. So again, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I appreciate the loyalty of all you guys. For me, not putting out any videos for literally months, it's insane to me that I still have so many of you guys who are still stuck around. And of course, I lost some people, but not enough to really, you know, lose sleep over. And again, just thank you guys all so much for your loyalty. And here's to 2026, which, if things go to plan, is finally where I could get my channel direction that I wanted to be years ago when I first start taking things seriously with this channel. And I'll be happy to have you guys along for the ride. So as always, this has been Rare Model Reviews. If you like what you're seeing, you know what to do. And stay tuned for many unboxings, reviews, and, well, whatever else I decide to put on this channel. Take care, guys.